Yes, people, myself, Treehouse Walshy, welcome back to the Treehouse Podcast. I've had a little hiatus recently. I've had a few things going on in the background, all that good stuff, but we are back and I've got a banger of a guest with us today. We've got J.S.D. What you telling me, bro?
My brother, big up,
yeah?
man.
Manny legend, man. proper musical. Not even a Manny legend, but a music legend. I'm gonna say that
bro.
now, serious.
You're too kind, man.
But this one has been one I've wanted to get in for a while. Obviously, we've had everyone knows we've worked with RJ in the past. He's been on the podcast twice. He was like Mr. Treehouse for a while.
Serious.
He's big old RJ each and every time.
Come on, RJ.
So this is obviously, it all goes hand in hand. We've done vlogs at medication shows and that before. It's only right that we get you in and have a chat and discuss it, bro. So
nah, bro, it's appreciated, man. It's good to be here and finally sit down and get to thrash it out. You get me?
Yeah. So obviously, bro, where we start on the Treehouse Podcast is I just want to speak about because you're someone who's been around for a long time in the game, in the music game, and predominantly as well. Do you know what I mean? You're active, you're at the forefront of sounds and things. And so I wanted to just speak to you about your sort of first musical experiences and how you sort of got into it and how you found out that this was what you wanted to do.
Yeah, man. I think my first musical experiences came from my sister, really. She was mad into Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And as a kid, a lot of us did growing up in that era, I was just obsessed with MJ, bro. The guy was
cold, bro.
I couldn't believe. Well, I've got kids now, and it's mad because my kids have discovered MJ on their own, in their own way. You get me? Without me, I've not really been playing MJ, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But seeing them go through a similar thing, wow, who's this guy, yo?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I think MJ was probably the first thing where I was just obsessed with it. Do you get what I'm saying?
I feel like he sort of transcends music, doesn't he?
Oh, it's beyond.
Yeah.
It is. It does transcend music, and regardless of obviously. It's a controversial one, isn't it, with MJ? But regardless of that, a lot of the themes in his music were bare positive, bro. Make that change, man. Look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Make heal the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These days, it's from the window to the wall. You know what I'm saying? So there was something in that anyway. But yeah, man. As a kid, I was just totally obsessed with MJ. Wanted to do all the moves.
Yeah.
Wanted to sing and dance. And,
so that's where it first started coming from, creeping through.
Definitely, man. Just a different level of passion and obsession, I'd say. I'm obsessed with music.
Yeah.
Music's one of the things that makes me feel it moves me emotionally. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think day to day, I'm quite, I wouldn't say, maybe unemotional, maybe, you know what I'm saying? It's one of the things that definitely just has an instant reaction on me.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it's on a spiritual level in some way, and a physical level on some way. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So I think that was the first time I'd really experienced that connection with the way I felt. Listening to music, making me really feel something.
Yeah.
I used to feel Michael Jackson in my soul. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from there, it evolved. I've got a big bro, Paul. I've got two big brothers in it, Drew and Paul, but Paul's 15 years older than me. So when I was in primary school, Paul was listening to jungle.
Right, okay.
Paul was listening to drum and bass and jungle.
Yeah.
And, we used to play Radio 1 tapes, Guidance in Manchester. There was a jungle rave called Guidance, and they did a Radio 1 special with Fabio and Groove Rider. I remember this tape so well. My bro used to play it, Trigger was on it, and shouting out Manchester, and there was something about it. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think I've always been into words, and poetry. I was always into poetry in primary school. I always liked words. Words are something what also interests me. You get what I'm saying?
So it's all starting to piece together.
Yeah, bro.
It's bro. You like this, you like that, and then
exactly. And then I found this jungle and MCing and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it was basically for a joke, innit? I started this lyric in it for a joke about someone round our way.
Yeah.
You get me? Just a little joke in the park.
Right, okay.
Yeah, like I think it might have been a little diss thing, or it might have been a little big up thing. I don't even know, but it was a little thing in it.
Yeah.
And I remember the reaction I got from it was big. People were gassed, like, yo, it's cold, you get me? And, you know, running parallel to that, we had a piano in the gaff growing up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where this piano came from, but we had this piano in it.
Yeah.
And my brother used to do piano lessons. And I never did lessons, but I'd come in and sit on the piano and I'd be playing like Mozart and shit. Like, you know, classic. I'd hear a classical tune or whatever, and I'd sit at the piano, and I'm not saying like I played it to like a classical level, but like I could clearly hear a tune and translate it musically into a keyboard or keys. You get me?
Sick.
And my mates used to always be blown away by that, like, rah, yo, what the fuck, like, play Amadeo. You know what I mean? Like, yo, can you do that? Like, you get me? Man became a selector on the piano. So all these things are happening like parallel, I think, and I'm feeding off the joy of it, and people are also gassed off it.
Right.
And you know, at that age in your life as well, like you're really trying to fit in. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to find your place.
Is this like what age are you at here? Like,
I mean, piano and all that, pretty young. Like MJ's probably like primary. 6, 7.
Primary school.
The Jungle was like, my bro listening to Jungle was like last year primary school.
Right.
I think.
Okay. Yeah. So it's on that turn.
It's on the turn.
Primary school to high school.
And then I went high school, and I went Trinity, and I think like just at Trinity, bare people were tapped into rap, and people were more tapped into jungle a little bit more, especially the year 11s.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? You got there, and that's what man bumped. You get me?
Yeah. That
was the cool shit. You know what I'm saying? It later became garage and grime, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, the evolution.
Yeah, but at that point in year 7, jungle was still like some of the older guys was fucking with it. It was always like I was a bit ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because my big bro was tapping me in.
I always find people with a bigger brother tend to be a little bit, because they're in the house,
exactly,
showing you the music or the crepes or the whatever.
Exactly, my bro gave me a sprayway and a pair of Rockport.
Oh,
my big bro patted me, you get me? So imagine I'm in year 7 with my Rockport and my sprayway,
Yeah, he's the man from
playing jungle. And you know, really, it's all big bro, do you know what I mean? It was his influence, and he was my hero when I was a kid. Like, I looked up to him, and he was just the guy, bare stylish and cool, and just listen to cool shit. And so, then I got to Trinity, and like I said, like some of the older people were tapped into the jungle, and it was a way for me to kind of be accepted and find my way, almost, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And you know, especially as a white kid, bro, like being honest with you, back then, it was mad as a white kid to spit. You know, I used to go youth club. I'd go like early high school years. We'd go Fielding Park or Gorson. They used to have these moody raves in Fielding. Yeah, moody, full of man them, like full of hot guys. You get me? Like
scary to walk
at a youth club. Do you know what I mean? It was a mad. Now looking back, them man were probably all like 17. And now as a big man, I'm like, you see 17-year-olds, and no disrespect to any 17-year-olds, because I'm sure you know they're like in their own mind and in their own right. You know, they're the big man. Do you get what I'm saying? But once you've lived a little bit of life and you get into where I'm at, I see a 17-year-old and you're like, you're a young man. You've got a lot to learn. You've got a lot of experience to live. Obviously, life experience. I feel like age is secondary to life experience when it comes to maturity and understanding and knowledge. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Life experience teaches us, you know what I mean? More than just years will teach you.
Yeah.
But probably now, if I see all them man them in a youth club, I wouldn't feel the same. But I was like a little 13, 14-year-old kid.
Like
exactly. And these 19-year-olds, 17 to 19-year-old man were big man to me back then. So to then go and like, for me then to go and get the mic, it was like, I don't know, it was almost like, exhilarating
Yeah.
in a scary
Like,
way. You know, when something's like,
yeah,
you're nervous as well. Like, it's not just fear, it's nerves.
it's a little bit of adrenaline.
Adrenaline's pumping. You know what I'm saying? And you go into this circle of man. You know, no, everyone's doing the best trigger impression or the best oh my god, you know, everyone's doing like a skipper and a trigger impression. Basically, that's what we was all doing. And yeah, man would just put my hand on the mic.
So someone's still spitting.
Someone's spitting. This is what you had to do, man. You had to go back then, man. Man were just willy-nilly passing the mic. I don't even think these days, man, but yo, it was a hustle. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, hand on the mic, man, still spitting, and when man looks and see me, a lot of times man do a double take. Like, you, what's this
his hand belong to? And he looked.
Yo, listen, Eminem weren't even out back then. Do you get me? So man were confused. Like, why is this small white kid coming? Yo, and then my thing was, I've got to be the best. I gotta be sick.
Yeah.
See when I get the mic, you
gotta make them.
I've got to make. So whenever I got the mic and I did my best Skibba-D impression, my Skibba-D impression was better than their Skibba-D impression. 9 times out of 10. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, then man started to go. Give
you've always been
give me some respect and put. You know, that's how I earned my stripes. And from youth club to house parties. You know, we've done some mad house parties in some mad spots, man. You know what I mean? Some moody gaffs, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how I earned my stripes on the scene. You get what I'm saying? And I think, like, obviously, to me, it was just, I just fell in love with this music differently. Yeah. And also running alongside that, it was a way for me to fit in or have a place, or it gave me some status amongst my peers. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's all we need. It's a scary place being in year 7. It's a scary feeling. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
I always thought if you're year 7 and you're looking at year 11s, you're what, 11, 12 in year 7, and they're like 15, 16.
Yeah.
Some of them are going on 17. It's not that much in terms of years, but in terms of like the mental and where you are,
totally, bro.
It's mad.
Even physically, sometimes like, there's a lot of growth between 12 to 16, 17. Do you know what I'm saying? So physically, there's a big difference.
Yeah, some of them are like, they're not built like men, but because you're a small little year 7, to them they're like giants.
And you know, it was hopping into a whole new world almost. Like, sometimes I have this conversation with certain people who went to school with, it, and we laugh about it. But in hindsight, looking back, like, sometimes I'm watching some of these films, you know, like where there's a teacher in the hood and they're all wild and the kids are all dying and this one teacher's going to rescue this class. And I watch them things and go, wow, that's like my fucking school, fam. Our school was fucked, man. Yeah. It was like, it was fucked back then. Like, I know it's mad now as well. It's mad in a different way. And, you know, this knife thing's just mental. I know we're going off on a tangent here, but obviously it all leads to the same place, you get me? But yeah, like, it was mad back then. And I remember, like, just in years, I think it was year 7 or year 8, like, you know, there was a guy in an older year than me had just left the school, who's a lot of his cousins were still at the school. Yeah. You know, accidentally shot himself with a rebar.
Mad.
And like, you know, like, it was, you know, rest in peace, Jermaine, innit? But, you know, like a collective sadness.
Like everyone.
You know, like a collective depression, like this feeling of mourning. It's a weird thing. Do you get what I'm saying? And then there was obviously, in and amongst that, there was politics.
Yeah, of course. There always is, isn't it?
There was another, you know, girl in my class whose brother was murdered, and there was just politics and people from different areas. It was just a mad time and a mad place, and it was just you know, I speak to other people who didn't grow up or didn't go to schools like that, and their experience is different. Like,
completely different.
And it's only as an adult that it's dawned on me. Now I've got away. Yeah. How fucked up it was.
When you're in it, that's the norm.
It was normal.
That's all you know,
it was normal. Yeah. And obviously then, you know, just bare things growing up, you know, throughout our lives. Like, you know, Dino's brother Matthew is one of my boys. He got stabbed to death. That's how me and Dino, you know, that's how I know Dino, because obviously Matthew's brother was my boy, innit?
Right, okay.
And Years later, I connected with Dino, like, bro, if there's anything I can do, like, da-da-da-da, and me and Dino have now become really, close friends. He's one of my brothers, man. I love that guy to bits, which is a beautiful thing. Like, that wasn't, the intention was just to help him and do whatever I could for him, just because me and his bro were connected, you get me?
Of course.
But just like, I think, these things, for me, it just made me want to work harder at what I was good at.
Yeah.
And keep away from all of that, the noise, fucking madness.
Yeah.
What was going on, do you get what I mean? And I had a few moments where I did a few daft things and I look back and I'm ashamed of them and I think that was a stupid thing to do. But for the most part, I didn't get involved in no fucking, no shit, bro. Like music was my life. It was my identity.
That's your focus.
It was an obsession.
Yeah.
It was something I was gifted at, but you have to work hard. Being talented is not enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hard work beats talent.
Always beats talent. Yeah. Always. So, applying both of those things is kind of what got me to where I am now. But yeah, so basically, my brother, jungle drum and bass. No one in jungle wanted to give man a chance. You get me? Me and my boy Chimpo. Do you know Chimpo?
Yeah.
So me and Chimpo came up to that's my brother, man. We went primary school together.
Yeah.
And we went into high school. We carried on doing music together. You get me?
Okay.
And it was me and Chimpo going to the youth clubs together. It was me and Chimpo doing all the house parties together. You get me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my fucking partner in crime. You get me?
Large up Chimpo.
Yeah, every time, man. My fucking bro, man. And we'd do sets on the way home, beatboxing sets. So he'd be like playing one jungle tune, and then I'd come in with the next tune. You get me?
Like he's a mix.
Yeah, bro. Badass. And we'd be mixing each other. Me and Chimpo, man, fucking. We it's clearly just a passion.
Yeah.
For this music that we love so much. You get me? And we just connected over that passion, and that's when me and Chimpo were trying to get involved in the drum and bass scene, and we couldn't really get any squeezes.
Yeah.
Remember this guy said to come to his night, and it was a big Manchester night, drum and bass night where all the local dons were, you know. Jenna G was hosting it, and it was just and they always had a sick headline, and we used to go there as ravers, and the guy seen us at some community event or something, and said, "You got to come down to my night and you can spit." And we went down, bro. We stood there all night waiting.
Just waiting to spit
for the chance, and the man never put us on. You know what I mean? It was just gas. It's funny though, because I knew him years later, and I was touring the world, and
it's funny.
Come full circle, but you never hold on to those things. It's like it just is what it is. You've got to wear your stripes, aren't you? At the end of the day, but I think then what happened is I was at a youth club in it. Wally Range and it Whiz.
Yeah.
I used to go Whiz all the time in it. And these Old Trafford cats pulled up in it.
Yeah.
Flipping. You get me? These OT cats pulled up now. MP, Marvin Powell.
Yeah.
That's
where we're from.
Digital in it. Yeah, come on. You know the man then. Ripper, these man then pulled up at youth club in it basically. I didn't even know them at this time.
Yeah.
Scarface, obviously Silver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Killer. It weren't all of them at the youth club though, innit? I can't remember who it was, but Mozzie, I think Mozzie was at the youth club.
Right.
But a couple of these man pulled up at the youth club and they were playing UK Garage. And I'd never liked UK Garage. I always thought it was too friendly and too happy and that. I was into more dark. You get me? I was into the more dark stuff. But they were doing UK Garage at youth club and man was spitting and I thought I was the sickest spitter in it. So I was like, give me the mic in it. And I did all my jungle bars over the garage thing and he sounded pretty sick. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And we just connected in it. We just connected. It was a sick set. We just did a sick set. And after it, I was like, that was kind of sick. I enjoyed that, you get me? And then mama like, we've got a show on Buzz FM. You're cold, man. You got to come on radio with us.
Yeah.
So the next week, I'm in high school these times.
Right.
I'm in, year 10, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe year 11, but I think
like
it was in year
14,
10.
15. Maybe,
Yeah. So went on Buzz with them, man. Tore down set. And then man sit like, because like halfway through the set, they play jungle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was more like a Heartless Crew thing in the sense that it was multi-genre, like it was mainly 140 or garage. Yeah. Garage grime. But they also threw in some bashment and some R&B.
Just to switch it up.
Yeah. And again, like we just vibed and connected on at the set. And, you know, for me, I was buzzing to be on radio.
Yeah.
I was
that the first time you was on radio?
That was the first time.
Mad.
And Buzz FM was you know, Buzz FM was ringing, man.
Yeah.
That was a station. That was legendary. Shout to Eric B every time, man. Because what those guys did for the city, like, now it's largely forgotten about. Yeah. It's not talked about. But what they did for the city was monumental for people like us who were coming up in these new genres with no fucking Spotify to drop your tune on and no TikTok to do your video on. How's people going to hear you?
Yeah, through them minutes.
Buzz FM, like that was my man risking his life, climbing up buildings, putting, you know what I mean? Like these are the unsung heroes, bro, you get me? Same with Greenie, man. Yeah, 106, Greenie, same with Greenie. Yeah. And obviously he's gone on to do amazing things at Unity and just see what he's done. And
large up Unity, man, the real sound
proud of it, man. Yeah, man, Dons, man.
These on there every
yes, man. Come on, I like the way he did that. You know, that was slick.
Large up Greenie.
Yeah, man. But these guys, like, they're the unsung heroes that laid the foundations for us to be able to even be doing these things. You get me?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Pirate Radio, and then from there, I met Virus. Virus were like the rivals, innit?
Yeah. Yeah. So Virus, bro.
Yeah, so
met Virus.
So Virus with the rivals, innit? Basically.
Really?
Yeah, CBD and because the guys at the radio, I don't know if I've mentioned CBD causing bad drama, innit?
Right.
And there's a mad story about how that ended up as well, because my first ever actual gig was with my brother Smitty, who's like one of our boys in it back in the day. Me and Chimpo, when we used to go to his gaff, he used to come to, you know, just like and Dino's brother, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, flipping. Me and Smitty did Mr. Zip stage at Moss Eye Carnival.
Yeah.
And it was a guy called DJ Silver on the decks.
Yeah, I know so. We know
man. Yeah. So he played a tune off a producer called DJ Die, a beat called Clear Skies, which me and Smitty knew well. It's a banger, innit?
Yeah.
And we've spat over. This is the first ever like actual performance we've done in public as MCs.
Yeah,
you get me?
You've just done the radio. So you've gone from the.
This is before the radio. Sorry, I'm jumping all over timelines here, bro. Like I'm just time traveling with like Doctor Who shit.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Now this is before. This is what I'm saying. Like the mad thing is, later I then went on to be in a crew with Silver, but I'd met him. I spat with him at this carnival.
Right. So that's
But then the tune he played was from a guy called DJ Die. So fast forward, I've come radio and I've linked CBD, and Silver's part of CBD now. So Silver's now my brother, like me and Silver still link and still talk and still connected, you get me? But then my missus, years later, talking like over the last 5 years, joins a drum and bass crew, and DJ Die is one of the producers.
Mad.
You feel me?
So
this is
have you ever had interaction with him before?
Nah, man. Like me and Chimpo, I skipped my GCSE to go and watch him with Ronnie Size Represents.
Yeah.
At the academy, bro.
Mad.
Like
mad.
Do you get me? So like we'd not interacted. Like me and DJ Dad didn't know one another from anyone at this point. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But obviously, when we connected, he knows Chimpo. Chimpo now is doing bits in drum and bass, and they've got the same management, and he knows Chimpo. He's working with Peace. But first thing I said to him was obviously, yo, listen, bro. First gig I ever did
was on that
Moss Eye Carnival, DJ Die, Clear Skies, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to give people the flowers, man.
Of course.
And give them the props. But it was just, I think that's just a lesson in like, I guess to all the young musicians out there who are at college and have got that linking couple guys are making tunes at college, and then, you know, they go into this youth club, if there is any, fuck knows, or, you know, they'd meet in somewhere to spit at whatever thing.
Yeah.
You don't know where things are gonna come back around, and
or who's gonna go
where and what's gonna happen. So, you know, just look for the people who are working hard and the people who are talented, and try and kind of gravitate towards that, because, you know, greatness begets greatness. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're around people who are focused, and when I think about it, and I think about, you know, what some of the, like, even Chasing Status, you know what I mean? Like, they were in Manny. We were going to their studio in Manny. We were giving them lifts to London or whatever when we had a show on Rinse FM, innit?
Yeah.
Which another amazing pirate who fucking same as Buzz FM, but in London, do you know what I mean? And now I've gone on to do incredible things, as I'm sure a lot of people
Still
know.
a 6 station today.
I mean, KTB, you know what I'm saying? That's there.
Yeah.
And even Sinead Harnett and Suspect, and, you know, they've done so much.
Yeah, they've done
and Watch the Ride with my missus, is that crew, you know, they released on Rinse, you know, they're still powerhouse.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, when you think about people like Chasing Status and what they've gone on to achieve, and you just don't know where someone's going to be and what someone's going to be doing. So
yeah, touching on that, actually, because there was one we spoke about before we put the cameras on, about the picture from the early days of it's you, Skepta's in there, Jammer's in there. I think there's one with Plastician on it. So you was around these man, working with you, because obviously back then, alluding to what you just said, they would have been the workers. Yous are the workers, and yous have linked up.
100%.
You know what, like, so just touch it. So what you just said, you know what I mean? Echoing what you just said.
I mean, kind of like that, but really that came together through a booking in booking in Belgium. But I mean, ultimately, the reason it came together over a booking in Belgium is because we were the workers. You know what I'm saying? The reason we were the guys that were there, we were putting it on at the time for the scene. Do you know what I mean? And it was basically a promoter in Belgium who put on this show. I think we'd done one show for him before. Yeah. With Chris, Plastic Man, now Plastician. And basically, like, we connected with that man to do the show, but we stayed in Belgium for a couple of days, and, you know, we stayed in a house together, and we really connected during that time, and we ended up doing a couple of shows together in Europe over the next few months. So it was one of them where we kept bumping into man, and we was in a hotel room in Amsterdam or something, and we got a ring on the intercom, and it's Skepta going, "Yo, is that you, man?" And we were like, yeah, man, buzz him in. You get me? It was a sick time, and it was before I get, like you say, bro, to see what them man have gone on to do. It's incredible. You didn't know that Skepta was going to achieve what he's done. He's a household global name.
It's not even just music now as well.
It's way beyond music.
Brand,
it's way, and everything that he's doing is so sick. Like, the fashion's amazing.
The collabs with humor and stuff.
That's an amazing example, really, bro. To just think, wow, when we met and
on your journey,
it's incredible, man. And it is because, you know, talent is a part of it, but it's the hard workers, man.
Yeah, of course.
Look at someone like Skepta and the amount of work he's put in. Like, that's why he's where he is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's talented as well, but them man don't mess about, man. They don't stop. But like that man.
We had make any music together or out there?
Nah, we didn't make. I think there was times where we had the laptop out and we might have beat. We did a lot of spitting. We did a lot of just spitting in the room
when you're traveling.
Someone would put a beat on and we would just be shelling it down. But really, we were just being normal guys going to the fairground and having a laugh. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We weren't really thinking about the music at those points until it was go time or whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
But now we definitely had a few sick times and stayed connected. You know, I remember going to London and doing a show at Fabric, I think it was, and like Jammer and Skepta must have been shouting, man, yo, Jay. And you, when you're in a different city, you're not thinking, man, I'm shouting you.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, you're not thinking no one knows.
And obviously, like, turn around and say, man, yo, like, just real guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to watch, man, on YouTube or Instagram or whatever and make judgment on people. And a lot of people like to sit and watch celebrities and judge them and whatever. But people are just real people, man. They're just
normal people,
human beings, innit? You know what I'm saying? And I think, like, I've always found them, man, to be proper and just be humble, top guys who have made an amazing life for themselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
big them up, man. I just thought it's always just blown my mind when I seen that picture the first time. I was just like, I didn't know about it before my time, so I'm like, mad, because obviously I'm a fan of you and Virus and all that, and I know the history that you've done in the city. But at the same time, man's a boy better know. I literally had a boy better know t-shirt. And yesterday I'm like,
come on.
BBK fan, you get me?
For life, bro.
Exactly. And then like I seen that picture, and the first time I see it, I can't lie, it blew my mind, bro. I was like, this is mad.
Now we've been there, bro. Like we've been there from the beginning, and that's something that history never lies, you know what I mean? We've been there from the start, and especially like from once, obviously, we're talking about Virus Syndicate and how that came about. Because from once I linked Virus, like I think the thing about Virus is we've always been structured and kind of regimented to a degree. Like, these are the days you gotta come studio. You know, I don't give a fuck what's happening. Unless your leg's hanging off, you come in studio, you get me? Otherwise, it's a problem, you know what I mean? Otherwise, like, there's an issue. So we had like, well, you know, rewind a little bit. Virus with the Rivals. We had a little rivalry. Everyone wanted to be the top of the bill in money. Yeah, there was Night Riders crew. There was Virus Syndicate. There was CBD. There's going to be some more. Floss Mode. There's probably more. No disrespect to anyone I forgot. I've just got a shit memory, to be honest. But respect to everyone in it. But yeah, basically, everyone wants to be the top of the flyer, innit? Like, it's funny with anything, like, you have a goal. The first goal was, I just want to get a gig. Did my side carnival, buzzing, right? Now I'll be on a flyer. Get on the flyer, right? Buzzing, right? Now I'll be at the top of the flyer. Every time it's a progression. Well, it should be. You know definitely. What I mean? If you're ever happy with what you're doing, you should probably fuck it off. Find something else. I don't think I'll ever be content, you know what I mean? So, then basically, like, CBD just kind of fizzled naturally. A lot of the guys were a bit older than me, innit? I was in primary school when I linked them, and they were like 18, 19. I was in high school, when I linked them, not primary school. I was in like year 10, 11.
So you're a couple years.
Some a bit younger, and they started having, you know, kids, and different things were happening in their lives, what meant they couldn't be as dedicated as maybe I wanted to be. And around that time is when I linked. I linked with Broken English first, actually. You know, Strategy and DRS. Also, many legends, like them man came before us. Do you know what I mean? Them man were putting in work for a long time. When I was talking about my brother playing me those tapes off the radio, another tape that he also played me all the time was DJ Blame and DRS. That was another drum and bass tape that I used to listen to all the time as a kid. It's called Logical Progressions or Progression Sessions, one of the two. Blame and DRS. So I listened to DRS since I was in primary school, do you know what I mean? So when me and Chimpo started making some hip hop, because, you know, we'd always been into hip hop and listened to some hip hop and whatever, and I write bars, innit? So it's natural that you're going to write. So I was doing my best Eminem impression for years before that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, we linked DRS and Strategy, and we under our group name, the Northern Monkeys. That was our crew. And, you know, Del and Strats put a lot of energy into us. And we were like 17, 18 at that time. And they were getting a lot of opportunities, like BBC One Extra, which was kind of new then, and like Gas.
Still a big thing now.
It's still a big thing now.
I imagine when it was brand new,
it was Gas, and they were on like Rodney P and Skit's show, and they went on to various radio stations, you know, up and down the country, and various shows that they had. And they basically told everyone, yeah, but no other monkeys have to come with us.
Right.
You get me?
Yeah.
At least that's how it felt. Don't know if it was as clear cut as that, but basically, them man, any opportunity they had, them man put us on, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a big thing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's not, I don't take
It's not
that
very
lightly.
common either. It's not very common either, let's be honest.
I don't take that lightly at all.
Yeah.
It's something that I cherish and I'll always have bare respect and love for them, man. Like, they put man on, really, like, at that time, in a big way. Do you know what I mean? So, did my first cut to vinyl. My first record on vinyl was with them.
You still got it?
Still got it. I've got a few copies, actually.
Sick.
Got a couple for the kids when they get bigger.
Yeah, man. Sick. I love that.
Yeah, come on. And yeah, my first gig abroad, me and Chimpo.
Yeah.
You know,
where was that?
That was at a snowbombing festival.
What country was that in?
None of it, where was it now? The French Alps or the Swiss Alps? Yeah. Yo, it was a raucous, mate. I can't lie.
Yeah.
We were all young and crazy, innit?
Yeah, first abroad as well. I can imagine.
When I think back, I'm like, yeah, like we conduct ourselves very professionally these days, but we were just fucking. Well, I mean, we smashed the show. But let's just say we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's just say we had a lot of fun in it. Like, put it that way. We were a bit unhinged, but
usually
it was led by the olders, mate. It was led by the fucking team leaders, DRS and Mr. Strategy. Connie Con was there as well, you know. Connie Con, obviously part of Broken English as well. You know, what I mean? Can't forget Connie. And me and Connie's little brother, Connie's little brother Myers was also with me, Smitty. Matthew, do you get me? So it's all connected.
Everyone's just.
We used to nick Connie's records, especially his Tupac Hail Mary instrumental. Ask Connie about the state of his Tupac Hail Mary vinyl.
Oh, mate.
There's a couple of scratches in there, and I feel like we need to maybe rectify and maybe we need to replace it. We'll have to check with Connie. But yeah, like so during that time, like the CBD thing was kind of falling by the wayside a little bit.
Yeah.
And
just naturally.
And I went and spat at Wally Range Carnival. There used to be a carnival on College Road.
Yeah.
I think it's a college, innit? But there used to be a festival there. And I went with one of my mates or something who'd done spit.
Yeah.
And someone was playing grime in it, and it was Mayhem Crew. Mate, this is these times now, Mayhem.
The Birmingham lot.
Nah, the
lot.
Yeah,
sorry, I thought you meant Mayhem thingy then. Yeah.
Nah, it was our lot. Yeah, it was these times. Now it's like more grime times because CBD was the garage. Now we're coming out of that. I'm doing a bit of hip hop with the Northern Monkeys and also with the sounds changing into grime. Do you get me?
Yeah.
It's all evolving.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I got up on my ones in Same Fingers in Youth Club, you know, and then man was like 6 of them, man, to me, you get me? But obviously, know all of them guys, like, and we know each other from the scene. And
who was there? Do you remember who was there?
I think it was like Pingu, MC Ren, Raf.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
KO.
Okay.
I think it was them, man, innit?
Yeah.
But again, my memory's kind of. I got a shit memory, man. But it was that lot of Mayhem. It wasn't the Slaves and the Shifties. You get me? It was them ones. It was the Trouble. You get me? We all know what it is, innit? But nothing but love for them, man. Like, them man never showed me nothing but love and respect, and yeah, it was just a little healthy. It was just a little healthy thing, you get me? But yeah, we went back to back, innit? Yeah. And I ended up holding one mic. Yeah, I'm like, this is me, innit?
Oh, and
you can rotate. You get me? And it was like, yo, you know, at least my version of it was like that. You know, you look back and you think about memories and it's like this Hollywood version, you get me? My version was like that anyway. Flipping Goldfinger was there, innit? From Virus Syndicate.
Yeah.
And he's rang me like a week later. I think he must have seen me there spitting. Yeah. And I've always, bro, for me it's about the art, bro.
Yeah.
I've always been, my shit's good, innit? Like, I'm good, you get me?
Yeah, of course.
Let's just say what it is, man. I spit fire, you get me?
Yeah.
Like, I've always made sure that I'm dedicated to the craft, you get me?
Yeah.
So when I was up there, I'm holding my own, I'm spraying, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, Goldfinger must have gone back and said to the rest of Virus, right, yo, we need JSD, man.
Yeah.
We need JSD. And yeah, man's rang me, and no, Shado rang me because I went college with Shado.
Right, okay. So that was the link.
That was the link. Shado rang me like, yo, Goldfinger's spoke to me saying, do you want to go and rinse? Do you want to go on radio with him next week? Well, you can't imagine for me, how exciting that was. Yeah. And Virus were always like, we had better talent than that, yeah, but Virus were always better organised and serious and professional, you get me? Yeah. Even when we were rivals, like, there was something about them where it was like, they always had dubs, and they always had their own productions.
Yeah.
They weren't just playing everyone else's beats, what everyone else had. They were cutting dubs.
Yeah.
You know, they had Oris J like showing them the way. Yeah.
So who was in Virus?
So originally,
just before. So this is before you joined.
It was. I'd say Oris J was still kind of part of Virus at that time.
Yeah.
He's like a UK garage legend, more of the dark side of garage.
Yeah.
He was like in Z Bias. You know, LB, he was in that dark two-step world, and a very well-respected guy in that thing. And he was definitely a big influence. Mark met him in Sheffield at uni.
Right.
He was a big influence on the sound, and also patterned Mark into a lot of things, like getting dubs cut, taking him to the dub cutting house.
Oh, showing him
the ropes, helping him with his productions and shit, and also like maybe giving him tunes to cut. Like, I got this tune off this guy, do you want to cut that one? Yeah. And it was like, so Oris played a big part at that point, that early stage, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like Oris, Mark, who's Mark 1, who's now Salado.
Yeah.
There was
massive in
I know, yo, massive, man, killed it, man.
Yeah.
DJ Dre.
Yeah.
Shado, Remick, Nicka D, Goldfinger.
Yeah,
I forgot no another. Oh, I have forgot someone. And Clive, CB.
Right, okay.
DJ CB. So Clive.
So there was a healthy collective.
Yeah, man.
And
so Clive's Wes Brown's brother, innit?
Right, okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Clive, not seen him for years, man.
Yeah, man.
But Clive used to have the banging whips, innit? Clive had the banging whip with the TVs in it and that,
Right,
So when man went up to London and we pulled up outside these fucking, these flats where Rinse used to be, bro. Wild.
Yeah, you can imagine.
Grimy ass flats. So I'm linked. I'm just going to link. I don't really know Goldfinger, and I know Goldfinger in it.
But yeah,
I don't know Goldfinger. Everyone knows Goldfinger.
But
I don't know Goldfinger. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's meeting man for the first time, and Clive's you're driving down in this mad whip, and I'm only young in it, do you know what I'm saying? And you're pulling up outside these hot flats, and all the man them around there, you still must think that us man were just on some, like Manchester's always had a mad rep in it.
Yeah.
But it just must have thought us man were on a madness, you know what I mean?
Because of the whip.
Yeah, bro, because of all that. And that just shows you perception's big, Perception's big. And I'm not saying certain man we're on a madness, but really, like, it was Clive's thing, you know what I mean? Anyway, he's flipping. We went on Rinse, and it's like me and Goldfinger had been writing bars together. Like, he had a bar about such and such a gal or whatever, and this story about a gal, and then I'd have a bar about like this gal.
A similar thing.
Yeah, and it was like, and our first album was a lot of those. It was just a lot of those bars that we had that crazily just went together, and it was literally like the connection was just sick. You could feel it. You know what I'm saying? Bar for bar, we had bars about the same subjects. We were talking about the same issues.
Even though you'd not sat there and wrote it together.
The same social commentary about what was going on in our area or in our lives, what the things we were seeing. And it felt like we were writing together. So at that point, like, it just connected, and I think not long after that, that man said, yo, we really want you to join. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at the same time with the Northern Monkeys thing, it was me, Chimpo, and Goods in it. It was another rapper in the group. And Goods just decided that it wasn't what he wanted to do anymore. And, you know, he kind of lost the passion for it or whatever. He wanted to do his own thing. And that kind of fell by the wayside a little bit.
Yeah, because of that. And then it's
a little bit, because it was us three and changed it. And also I then had this virus thing going on, which, and them man are all like, that's right, you know, the energy was different. And, you know, the part of me like wishes that never happened, especially because of what Del and Strats did for us, innit?
Yeah.
Especially
like putting you on and
man, especially for all the times they put us on and all the things that brought us on to and anything they got, they shared. And obviously you want to repay people that do that for you, innit? You get what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason and it happened the way it happened. But obviously not like there's no vibes with them, man. Anyway, like, I speak to them, man. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and Del have been in the studio this year. Like, you know, got love for them, man. Anyway, like, it's love. We seen each other. We were all in Bristol for Randall's funeral. Rest in peace, Randall.
Yeah.
But we were all there. Chimpo, me, Strats, Del, you know what I mean? So yeah, basically from then, like, it was Virus Syndicate and it was regimented. Yeah. It was, these are the studio days and you will be there.
Did that make you change going from just doing the music, where getting the shouts from Strats and whatever and going to them being told studio Wednesday or whatever? Did that make you switch up, or did you already feel like you was kind of like that?
I think I was like that, but I wasn't implementing it in that way. So I think for me it was a welcome.
It's like unlocked
change. It was like, yes.
Yeah.
I want to be around serious people.
Yeah.
Who want to take it seriously. And Strats and Del were them guys. Like the amount of anyone that I could have learnt that from, it was them two. Yeah. The way they ran it was so sick, like a business, and they had infrastructure, you know, they had a team, but obviously my group, it wasn't the same as that.
Right, yeah.
Like, they can't do it for us.
Yeah.
We got to do it for us.
Yeah.
They can only put us on as much as they can put us on, you get me? You've got to make the music and you've got to whatever. Yeah. So, and I think similar for CBD as well, it was like, I was wanting to do more, really. So, for me, it was an exciting challenge and, having that structure. I just took it very seriously, and I think it opened my ideas to what could be achieved.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Because, you know, me and Nick have sat on the other side of the world in LA or something, watching the sunset, looking at ourselves going, how the fuck did we get here, bro? Like 20 years later, still here. And, you know, how we got there was consistency, structure.
Yeah.
We don't, like, you know what I mean? We show up and we put the work in, and that's what it requires.
I was going to say, it sounds like that's been implemented from day dot.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And with it being implemented in day dot, like now, like you just said, 20 years later, the longevity, it's on my notes here, the longevity of you, man.
Yeah.
And what you do, it's not just like, a lot of people will mistake longevity for someone, say, for example, someone who might have a one-hit wonder. And you constantly get booked to do this tune and do this tune. And people might say, oh, you know, it's longevity.
Not really.
For me, that's not. It's more of a gimmick for me personally.
Of course it is.
But then when I look at you, man, and look at your,
I don't mind one of them, though.
Yeah, of course.
I'll go and perform it for the rest of my life.
Of course. I'm not knocking that.
No, but I'm with you, though.
In terms of like a musical,
it isn't longevity. It's rinsing and repeating the same thing.
Exactly.
It's living off that one piece of gas, and no one wants to live off one piece of gas. No one.
Exactly. And I feel like you, man, have just everything that comes out, it's with the times. So for example, you, man, might say drop a video, and you've got the reels for it and all that kind of stuff. You would have told JSD from 20 years ago, right, we're going to do a tune, you got to do this little video and all that. You feel like, because it's not with the times, you know what I mean? But you, man, have stayed with the times and managed, and you've got a loyal fan base.
Yes.
You tour around the world. It's not even around the UK. See you, man, in US.
We don't really play in England, man.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a shame. Like, we'd like to, but, you know, you can't, at the end of the day, we're blessed in it. You can't complain. But yeah, now we are, I'd say, you know, there's a few things that come into it. One of them is definitely hard work and consistency.
Yeah.
The word luck has to come in at some stage.
Yeah,
there's an element to luck in anything. But I don't think there was an element of luck to the initial spark.
Yeah.
Because for us, we ended up doing Sidewinder tape packs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think there was an element, I mean, you make your own luck as well. So it depends how you frame it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a paradox on this one. I'm on the fence, but yeah, I feel like hard work, a little bit of luck, but just definitely understanding what it requires. Like, it requires something different these days. Back in the day, it was kind of difficult without a record deal. Honestly, like you could press a load of CDs and go and stand and shot them
on Market Street.
Yeah, but then they're only getting earned in money.
Yeah.
Then you got to go Brum and do it, and London and do it, and not saying that can't be done. Of course it can. I'm sure people have done it and sold a lot of them. But, you know, for us, it was the Sidewinder tape pack, which everyone bought.
Went to everyone.
We grew up listening to Trigger and Hysteria tape packs.
Yeah.
And that's how we heard the scene. We weren't old enough to go to raves. You get me? We weren't old enough to go. We were in high school. So when we again started doing the tape packs, the whole of Manny and beyond, No Virus Syndicate.
Yeah.
Even Rinse FM didn't do that for us. Rinse FM brought us to London.
Yeah.
Rinse FM brought us to London. It co-signed us. It gave us the relationships in London with the artists and the label.
It's important to note at this point, it's not like we don't have the smartphone, the social media and all that. So it is literally like Rinse now. People watching this might think, what's he on about? Rinse in London, Rinse is everywhere. But back then, Rinse was just in London. Like, it was only on a certain radius as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a lot more difficult. I do.
Yeah, it was different. So if you didn't have that record deal or that Sidewinder tape pack, to really be heard was difficult. Whereas these days, it's a new time, and now what you need is 25 clips. Do you know what I mean?
Reels posted every hour on the hour.
Me and Nick have just decided we ain't fucking done yet, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we decided. There was a couple of years ago where, you know, and you're not always happy with what you're doing, and careers are up and down, and you know, like I had a situation I was talking to you about off camera about nearly getting signed and as a solo artist, and there's been waving moments of like, what are we gonna do? And me and Nick even we were on tour a couple of years ago in LA, and the conversation was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this for much longer. Like, both of us were like, I don't really know. Like, the music we were making, we kind of we've been on many journeys musically, and we were kind of making a style of music that we weren't altogether that passionate about, neither of us, but it was taking us all over the world, and it was giving us a fan base, and at a certain point it comes like, yo man, like, been doing this too long to do something that you don't want to do. Fucking stand by, you get me? And I'm a barsman, man. I want a shell.
I was gonna say as well, I think if you are a music man, like, not like in your soul, you're like, we was talking with the MJ thing and that before, music's like deeply rooted in you. I feel like if it is that, you can't do the pretend thing. I feel like if you can do the pretend thing, it's probably because you're pretending to do the music thing anyway.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so
and I think we have had maybe times where we were kind of pretending to do the music thing, but because we were pretending on a massive label with a huge producer with 10 million followers, like it was tapping us in, like, do you know what I mean? And that doesn't mean we give our all on anything we do. No matter what we do, we want it to be incredible, and we put a lot of time and love into whatever we do. But ultimately, I think we both needed to reconnect with what we loved about music in the first place. And that's kind of brought us to the point we're at now, in terms of we're doing stuff that we both love, man. We're both like gassed off it, and it's bar-led music, not beat-led music. Whereas for a long time we were doing our bars would be on the build-up, and then the tune drops. You need to shut up, bro. You get me? Yeah. It's womp womp now, and I love that shit, man. I got a part into it, but as a spitter, I want to shell the whole tune, bro. Like
not just the intro.
We want to, So and it's mad because it's come at a time where we've started doing all this sort of more UK sounding, more original virus sounding, grime influenced music. And it's at this time where all of a sudden 140's waking up. Yeah. Everyone's going, yo, grime's waking up, 140. So we're kind of like, yo, we didn't do this on purpose.
Yeah.
But this is at a good time. We're hitting a good wave right now. And man.
You chose the right time.
Yeah, serious. And I took control of the production on the last 7-8 tunes, rather than us being a featured artist where we're just featuring on people's tunes, which is what we've done for quite a while. Now we've got control over the feel of it and the sound of it, and it just feels different, man. We're both just, you can feel it. We're like kids. Yeah. You know, we're like in youth club all over again.
There's certain tunes of yours where I hear it and I'm like, he's fucking enjoyed making this. What was it before? Analyze that.
Yes.
I was going through your music before just to like refresh, and I reloaded it like 3 times and like, bro, he's talking crazy on this.
Like nuts on that.
And did you produce that as well?
Yeah, man.
Fucking chill out, bro.
I know.
Mad.
You know what's mad? I made that. I'm talking, I'm shit with dates. Why am I even trying to tell? Why am I trying to give this bit of info? But basically, I made that a long time ago. And what happened was maybe 3 years had passed and I bought this camera in it.
Oh, yeah.
In lockdown, I bought this camera. I just thought, I'm going to do camera work. I'm that guy in there, just like get this thing. But whatever I apply myself to, if I want to do it, I'm going to do it, innit? Yeah. So I got this camera and decided I was going to do videos and shit. And I shot a video to it.
Yeah. Is it in front of the old shops? And
yes.
I see. I know. Is it black and white as well, isn't it?
Nah, it's not black and white, but it's kind of got this weird sepia sort of.
Yeah, there's something.
Yeah. It's got some weird sort of vintagey look sort of about it. Yeah. But that it's flattened there now, isn't it?
They're not there now. Yeah.
But I dropped the video. Like I edited the video and dropped it like a month later or whatever. And the amount of people, and this is a lesson for all of yous, the amount of people who are like, yo, your new tune's sick. Yeah. Your new tune's sick, it's been out for years. Yeah. People don't, this is another thing what I say to people a lot as well, like, we just put as artists, we just put our shit in front of you once, like, there's my video. Yeah. Oh, it's out now. And we don't want to, like, we feel a way about reposting it. Bare artists I know and work with feel weird about reposting it. Yeah. It's like, no one saw it. Yeah. Post it every day. So even still, I'll post a video from a tune from years ago and people are like, yo, your new tune's sick. Yeah. So I think, that's the importance of content.
You never know who's watching as well.
Well, it's the algorithm as well. Man, like Algae Rhythm is not opening to hardly anyone.
That's the Space Jam thing.
Yeah. I've got a goose going on today, I didn't even do that on purpose. I just mashed up the mic.
Algae Rhythm,
Yeah, so basically, like, you might have 1,000 followers, might have 1 million followers. Instagram's not showing 1,000 people your video, mate, or 1 million. They're gonna go, show it 5%. Yeah. If you want to unlock 10%, give us a ton. Yeah. If you want to unlock 20%, give us 3 ton. Yeah. We'll show 20%, and that's how the game goes. You get me? That's why I'm constantly telling like up and coming musicians, data is king. Yeah. Collect your own data. Have a Bandcamp or something like that. Yeah. Have a place where people can come. Yeah, which isn't dependent on Algae Rhythm. Yeah. You get me?
I always push.
It's a direct route.
Yeah. I tell everyone, if you do music and you don't have Bandcamp, you're slacking.
No, you are.
You never know who's going to buy your music.
Yeah.
Artists that I manage, Nifs, put his album on, he had physicals.
Yeah.
He sold one in Japan, bro.
Yeah, man.
I don't know anyone in Japan. He don't know anyone in Japan. I even, on the address as well, because I'm one of them, I'm like, whereabouts.
Yeah, you want to know where? Yeah.
Bro, it's not, the only place I know in Japan is probably Tokyo or something like the baked ones. This is it's not even near Tokyo, bro. I don't know. But he would have never have got that sale if he didn't have the option of Bandcamp. Do you know what I mean?
And then also,
very good.
The rewarding, the gold from that is whoever's bought that, you should have received the email address, right?
Yeah.
So what you need to be doing is putting those email addresses into a service like MailChimp, where you can create lists, database lists. So anyone who purchases anything, any gig you do, put on a show, make at the door. I've got people going around with a fucking email thing. Put your email in, put your email in, put your email in. Then when you're dropping your next tune next week, guess what? You've got 100 emails
that you can send.
That you know fuck with you.
Yeah.
Not randoms. Not like people who are interested in grime or whatever you're making. Yeah. People who you already know have come to you, bought something.
Yeah.
And that is how you resell to them every week. And then you do your things like your Google flipping, what is it, Google AdSense?
Yeah.
So then if they come to your Bandcamp and they put something in a basket, you can get a little email.
Yeah.
You've got something in your basket.
Yeah.
We'll give you 10% off.
Yeah, we'll give you a discount.
Or whatever it is. There's ways. This is what musicians need to understand, is that we need to be more than just musicians now.
Yeah.
And unless you've got a team behind you, you are going to have to do it yourself. And the best way to do it is something like this, creating an email database where when you email them, they go into all 100 emails or all 10,000 emails, however many you've input. And that's why you'll see the major labels trade in data.
Yeah.
They trade in data. They sell data to each other. It's been said that they could possibly make more money from the data trading than they do from streams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say Stormzy's got his album coming out. He'll go, put your email address in here to get the first listen or to get tickets on sale a week before. Yeah. What do you think they're doing with them emails?
Yeah.
They're selling back to you.
Yeah.
That's a database that's tapped into, right, when H's album comes out, let's buy Stormzy's database.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not saying H has bought anyone's database. Yeah. This is just me making
examples.
Things up for an example. But basically, if at our level, people can start understand, or at the grassroots level, people can understand the power of that. And I think it probably gets to a point where, if you're smashing it, and you've got 10 million followers on Instagram or whatever, you might not be so reliant on your Bandcamp no more.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to get your data in other ways, but data is still the king.
Yeah.
It's worth more than that stream. You know what I'm saying?
You say data is the new oil, bro. How much it's...
I'm not surprised.
The way they trade it and how...
The new oil,
how they're after it. Yeah, that's what they're saying, bro.
Don't surprise me, man, because we're a consumer. We're consumers, man.
Yeah.
They've got us consuming all day.
Yeah.
When that thing pops up, when they know you like them trainers, they know you like the Air Max 95s.
Yeah, they're just going to start
showing. They know you bought two pairs of them 95s. You get me? He likes them 95s.
Yeah.
Show him the purple and
show
him the white and purples. He's going to love them. Yeah. They know where he's bought the blues.
Yeah.
He's bought the... fucking, bro, it's rigged, man.
Horrible.
So we need to use a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Not to trick anyone, but just to put our product in front of the people who want to buy it. Yeah. You get me?
Yeah. Yeah, JSD dropping gems on you.
Yeah, man, I'm trying, man.
So, obviously, with that being said, bro, you've been in the scene a while, like we've touched on.
Yeah.
You're dropping gems, like we just said, and you do have your own studio.
Yeah, man.
That you work with a lot of the local artists and maybe some other artists as well.
Yeah.
But the ones that I know of is all the local artists that I know work with you. So, my question is when did you get the studio, and sort of, is it like, do you run it? Is that like your full-time thing? Do you run that?
Yeah.
And like, you have clients in, or is it like very specific? Like, I've got to know you to get in, or how do you run it?
It is my main job, my day job, I suppose, but it's not day, because it's day and night, whatever else.
24/7.
Yeah. Apart from when I have my kids, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, basically the studio came about a few years ago when we kind of joined forces with some investors and we set up a whole media company, which included a recording studio. We tried that for a couple of years. For whatever reason, it didn't work.
Yeah.
So we decided to split it up. So Nick now runs the media company.
Yeah.
And that's why we're quite tapped into what's going on media-wise and reels and shorts and all that. And we're fortunate that we've got access to people who know what they're doing and all those sorts of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, initially it was all together with Casey Locke.
Oh, yeah.
Who's gone on to do amazing things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how the studio came about. And then for me, like I was working in education for a long time. I worked in a college.
Oh, yeah.
For 11 years. In a support worker.
Oh, yeah.
I've worked at youth clubs and I've done loads of various stuff with the community. A lot of my work prior to the studio was community based. But yeah, I think like I've always produced. I've always, like I said earlier, like, you know, play Emmerdale on the piano or whatever. I've always had this thing in me, and I've made beats, but I've never really took it super serious and focused in on it.
Yeah.
And the studio really just allowed me to really hone my craft over the past like 8 years. And I think when I hopped into it, I probably thought I was sick already. But like looking back now, I definitely wasn't.
You've learned a lot.
I didn't know fuck all.
Yeah.
I was reading about this thing this week. What's it called now? I'm gonna forget what it's called now. But basically, it links to all human learning.
Right,
whatever you learn as a human being, the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Oh yeah,
I think it might be called.
Yeah.
Scientists have studied knowledge and how we learn, right?
Yeah.
And this axis is confidence, and this axis is competence, right?
Oh, okay.
And the graph goes like this. So when you're first in your beginning stages, your confidence is up here. You think you're sick, yeah. You think you're sick, and it slopes dead quick. But then all of a sudden, you hit this massive fall, and that's when you start your actual ascent. Right. And you never reach the confidence level that you were at before.
In the beginning,
because when you're competent in something, you understand, like, well, the more you know, the more you realize the less you know. You get me?
Yeah.
So the more shit you learn, the more open you are to being wrong, the less precious you are, because you're comfortable that you know what you're doing. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, like opened the studio and really just honed my skills, and was fortunate to work with some amazing musicians from really early who also helped me to level up.
Yeah.
And that's just been an amazing journey on its own, to be honest. Just this, you know, in my job in education, I felt like I'd hit a ceiling and I wasn't learning anything new. I wasn't encountering any new challenges, and you can become just stagnant. Do you get me? And even though I loved supporting and helping people, it just became stagnant. Whereas with this, I've just been on this crazy whirlwind, and, you know, working for yourself and not having that, you know, that person paying you, it can be a scary place sometimes. You know, there can be ups and downs to it. But like, I have been really lucky to be able to do it and earn a living and work with some incredible talent. And yeah, man, it's something that I'm just so passionate about, bro. Like providing a studio in Manchester that can rival the quality and sound that man are getting anywhere. That's what I'm trying to do. That's my goal. My goal. I don't think the studio's ever going to make me rich. It's not going to make me a millionaire. Maybe one of the tunes that come out of it will.
Hopefully.
Yeah, man, hopefully. But, you know, you can't. What's destined to be is destined to be, in it. If it's written, it's written. And yeah, I've got belief that, you know, we're gonna have we've got some big shit coming out of there. You get me? But aside from that, like, I'm really passionate about providing somewhere in Manchester that can support young artists. And it's more than just a recording studio where you come and you do your track. Like, I'm on the phone, like I'm advising. You know, I offer people advice if and when they want it. I don't know everything about everything, of course not. But you know, when it comes to the music industry, I've done a lot of things, man. Yeah. I've been involved in a lot of things, and from like publishing contracts to booking agents and touring and record deals.
A lot of them things you've just listed off there could be scary to a 22-year-old artist who's 100%. Only ever dropped on SoundCloud or
100%
just done the DistroKid thing themselves, and then they start getting publishing like to have someone that they can reach out to. Like,
game's full of leeches, you know, bro. Yeah. It's full of people who just want to, wow, they're good, they're talented. Let's just. The game's full of fucking leeches, man. And I've had even recently some people that I work with who have got themselves into a situation where obviously they never ran it by me, or I would have advised them differently. Yeah. But you know, where they've been left stung, man. They've been left stung and financially out of pocket. Yeah. Which, you know, as a self-funded artist, that's shit, man. Like it's hard enough as it is. You get me? Yeah. So like I like, you know, I'm there as like a supportive ear, someone to advise and offer support and guidance on things to do with that. Yeah. But also, bro, I'm a songwriter, bro. You get me? Like I don't just make beats. I'm not a beat maker. Some people are beat makers, innit? Yeah. I'm a producer. And an engineer and a songwriter. So applying those skills in my setting, you know, I'm able to help people to craft their songs better. And I've got an objective view on, you know, the arrangement. Maybe we need to move the bridge and put it there, or could you change that little line? And, you know, artists have to be open to those things. Yeah. When you get to the top of the game and you sit in a studio session, everyone's open. Yeah. It's only, you know, at grassroots. It's that same thing I'm talking to you about the confidence versus competence.
Yeah, the super confident right
now. It's sick. I know. Yeah, and I wrote it, and it's about something that means a lot to me, and you know, people's emotions. People find it hard to emotionally detach from the material they're writing as well, because it's personal to them. It means something to them, and I understand that. It's a sensitive. It's funny because it has a lot of parallels with being a support worker in a college. Right. It's a very supportive role. People are coming with their shit that, you know, some of this shit's deep, some of it's hard to talk about, sing about, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I've got to tell you that line's shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I would never deliver it in that kind of way. But like, ultimately, that's what I'm saying. That line isn't very good, and it's not very well written, or whatever it might be. So, like, man, I'm not just there as someone to make you beats. And I've been many studios before. Before I had my studio, I was paying for studio time, and I've been to gas where the guy goes, yeah, and you go, what do you think about that ad lib? And he goes, yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, all right, bro, sweet. There's nothing. It's like I'm here to press record. There's no thingy, but that's not what my studio is. And if someone wanted one of them gaffs, it wouldn't be. Don't come to me. Yeah. Because if it's coming out of my studio, I want it to be amazing. But my comments and my suggestions are never from a place of ego. Yeah. They're only from a place of trying to make this record the best it can be, and that's a fine line. People have to know you well enough to know that you're not driven by ego, and you have to also be able to present yourself in the right way. Do you get me? So, yeah, man, like the studio is something that I'm really passionate about, and I love working with artists. Especially, I've got some sick artists, and they're so open. Like, you know, they're like, right, can I run this by you? Can we sit and go through this? And we're crafting it, and you can hear the development, and you can hear the growth. And, you know, one of the girls getting played on Radio 1 at the minute. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's just an amazing thing.
So who goes through there? Drop some names, let us know some sick artists that you're working with for the people, them to go and check out.
So Jay Chambers.
Yeah, cold.
One of my dons.
Yeah, very cold, actually.
Jay's done some amazing stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah. He's doing some really amazing stuff, and I'm just mad proud of what he's done, man. Serious. Yeah. Obviously, General RJ. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Treehouse
RJ. Everyone knows about RJ. Yeah. If you don't, go and get to know about RJ, man. He's a serious spitter, man. Yeah. Very high level elite spitter, do you know what I'm saying? He is. And also, you know, is a high level elite artist, you know, when it comes to writing songs, and you know, just again, like the openness of RJ as well. Like, we'd never be in a session where if I had a suggestion, you know, I could make a beat for this tune on his album and halfway through say, bro, I just don't think it's the right thing, you know, whatever, and he'll go, don't worry about it. Go again, try another one.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever, do you get what I mean? It's whatever we need to do to get it to be incredible. D Jordan.
Yeah.
Cold one, like, again, just elite, man, levels. You know, he came out, did an absolute madness with his first couple of tunes. He's not put something out for a while, but what he did with the couple of tunes he dropped, bro, was mad. We was having meetings with like big fucking booking agents and management and off 2 tunes, do you get me?
Yeah.
So now he's back in the studio now as well. So
good.
You know, that's what we need, man. We just need man to just be back in and cracking on and whatever.
Start pulling out the virus thing.
I know. Telling you. Obviously the missus in it, Prima.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, she's sick.
Yeah,
man.
she's honestly sick, one of the most talented singers from the city, man.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And not just a singer, but like she's a cold artist. But like her singing is
Well, P's writing now is just like when we first met and started working together, I don't think she could always understand why a line wasn't tight.
Right, okay.
So, you know, many times I'd be like, she's always been open, but like I said, singers, it's an emotional place when you're singing about emotional things, you get me?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think there was a few times where maybe she thought I was just being harsh or for whatever reason, do you know what I'm saying? And I am the harshest. I'm going to be the harshest because the book stops with me and you.
Yeah.
It's us in this fucking room. If I'm not harsh with it and it goes out, then it's gone out. I've got to be the harshest. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
I'm like Alex Ferguson out here. You get me? I'm going to be the one saying what you didn't do right.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll pat you on the back when it's time, but I am normally the one who will, when everyone else is saying how great it was.
Yeah, you go.
I'll say it was fucking amazing. I'm proud of you. I'm not like on some mad fucking weird, I want to tell you it was shit when everyone told you it was good. But at the same time, I want it to be the best it can be. And if it was, I won't say shit. I'll say it was fucking amazing. You smashed it. Yeah. But yeah, like P now, when the song she's writing now, bro, I'm hearing some of them like, yo, she's good, man. Yeah. She's fucking good. Yeah. And for me to say that, it must be because I'm a harshest critic. So yeah. But I'm working with like loads of like modern day pirates. They're an exciting new group that I'm working with. They've been doing a thing for a while. Know they're connected with you, man.
Yeah, man.
We've made a slapper together. So I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with them. I've got loads, but it's hard to remember, you know, when you sat here. But shout to everyone who comes through the studio, and if I have forgot you, I apologize. I love you all, and I'm blessed to really. It's a blessing for me to sit and create with so many people. Oh, Cicero as well, which is like a techno and house music project. What I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
With my boy Tony. That's another cool thing that's happening at the studio.
Yeah. Well, I'll link it down below as well. I'll put the
loads of stuff.
Contact details for the studio below. So if you are in the Manchester
please
area,
do, man. Yeah.
You want a 30 sound engineer. Someone's going to tell you your shit.
I won't tell you your shit. And you know, when you first meet an artist as well, like it's a
feeling out process.
Well, it takes a few sessions, man. Yeah. You can't just come and be Alex Fergusoning someone up on session 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, but if there is anyone out there, like, I am really keen to work with new talented people who are serious about what they're doing. Yeah. And I generally, I don't really advertise my studio. I don't put things online and I'm not saying I never will, but I haven't this far, like adverts or price lists or anything like that. It's usually comes through word of mouth and people who know my work or people who know me or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I'm also open to working with anyone, providing that, you know, you're
applying yourself.
And you know, energy is everything for me as well. Like, if we're creating music together, We have to have good energy and good vibes, good vibrations.
Yeah.
And that's what you'll always get from me, you get me?
Yeah,
so I just expect the same in it.
Yeah,
you get me?
Yeah, man.
Failing that, now I love to work with people. So hit me up.
Yeah, therefore, like I say, I'll link it all down below if you are interested. But before we wrap it up, bro, I just wanted to touch on what's next for JSD and obviously and Virus, because you man are, you know, active, dropping and that. So
man, very active.
What I know you've got works. I know you've got works there. So what's next for JSD?
Main focus at the minute is kind of like the Virus Syndicate stuff. Yeah. I've got like in terms of my own stuff, my JSD solo stuff, I've got a load of tunes sat on a computer. I've just not got a strong desire to pull them together. Yeah. At the moment, do you get me? I'm really loving 140, bro. I'm loving shelling.
I love that. Yeah.
I'm loving shelling, bro. I'm telling you, I'm just shelling. I think I've wrote 2 projects of like personal music and that. And I'm just like, I don't want to talk about nothing personal. I just want to tell you, I'll slap your wig off. You know what I'm saying? I just want to tell you.
And you will as well.
Come to the barring range, you get me? Yeah. Let's bar up. But yeah, so the Virus stuff's, you know, we've actually got a big project coming out this year under a different name, which is Shadow League, which is Virus Syndicate and Drum and Bass Legends, Black Sun Empire.
Okay.
So I'm flying out to...
So it's a collab?
It's a collab album.
Sick.
Yeah. So I'm flying out to Holland next week. Them man are based in Holland. Yeah. Just to wrap up some of the bits and pieces and to have a couple of days of filming content.
Yeah, and get press shots. And all that
get press shots, get clips, get reels, all of them things.
Yeah, get your 25 reels.
Get them 25 reels, bro. And so, yeah, we're flying out to Holland next week to wrap that. But the music's all finished, pretty much.
Yeah, man.
We're just in the process of getting remixes and all that. So that's exciting, man.
Yeah.
Them guys are like legends, bro. Legends in the game, you get me? And just, we get on so well, like, it's a like, you probably would see us and maybe think we wouldn't get on that well, do you get me? Like, me and Nick present as these fucking, man, you know, money in the building, you get me,
guys, isn't it? Yeah.
But we fucking love them, man. They're like family, do you get me? Yeah. They're like our brothers. So, yeah, really looking forward to that project and getting a load of shows and, you know, going out and seeing what the people think about it when we do it live. Me and Nick have just had our US visas approved.
Sick.
So
Sick.
I think this is like the 4th visa we've had. We've been out there quite a few times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mentioned to you before we come on camera, seeing you in the US and that.
But these ones are 3-year ones. In the past, we've had year visas.
Yeah.
So we've now got 3 years, which really gives us a chance to build out there a bit more. Like, obviously, we've got a fan base in America anyway. Yeah. But whenever we've started getting going, either the visas run out, and then you've got to redo it, and it's a long process, especially since Trump came in. Like, they've changed the process slightly, which has made it a little bit longer, really.
Yeah.
And then in COVID during lockdown, we just spent $3,000, $4,000 on visas.
Okay, man.
And we went into lockdown, and it was at the time where we'd had this tune which was fucking smacking it.
Yeah.
With this guy who's really well known, Virtual Riot. Big shout to Virtual Riot. Really super talented, like huge fan base. Like, it was a big tune, man. Yeah. And visa's gone, money gone. They don't give you no dough back. So there's been a few little bumps in the road along the way, but finally we've got our 3-year visas. Yeah, so we're planning to go over there and, you know, make some waves. Aside from that, the collab project, the Shadow League, we've just got a load of, I'm basically just producing all the tracks at the minute. Sick. And we're just peppering one by one, and we're stacked up, man. Good. We're armed up to the teeth, you get me?
Man, love to hear it.
And then for me, like, I'm also doing my producer stuff under a different name as Binky.
Okay.
So obviously I didn't want to confuse my JSD page, because that's mainly like bars in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I can't just be throwing up my beats on the Virus. I mean, I'll share them on every page, but I needed a place for it and a sort of alias for it. So me and the missus, Prima, we've got like a stack of drum and bass tunes which are really good, man. We're really happy with them. Like they're solid. And I've got a load of 140 as well.
Yeah.
A load of drum and bass tunes that haven't got vocals that are more clubby. So that's kind of just becoming a thing for more of my production.
Yeah.
Especially like the more electronic production, dance music, grime, dubstep, drum and bass, that sort of shit. So I'm excited about that, man. I'm going to get that moving in the next 6 months, I'd say.
Sick. So yeah, plenty of music then.
Bare music, man.
Yeah, man.
Bare music.
Yeah, man. Well, bro, honestly, it's been a pleasure sitting down
My
with you, man.
G.
I really appreciate it.
I told you I'd talk last night to sleep, didn't I?
Bro, me and him, we got to cut it because we'll be here all day.
I give an aspirin a headache, mate.
He's taught the back legs off a donkey.
But now, listen, on a serious one, thanks for having me, bro. And thanks for, bro, you know I've said this to you in private, but thanks for putting on for the city because everyone wants to be that guy, but they don't want to be that guy. And the scene needs people who are going to be the platform.
Yeah.
Do you get me? It needs people who, and I know how much effort it takes for you to come in on your Sunday and you, bro, to film it. Like it requires a team effort, and I just know what it takes because I've done enough in my time to understand and respect it. But just know, bro, that it is appreciated, bro.
Nah, thank you, man.
Hands down, bro. What you've done in Manchester for grime and all that, like Treehouse it's the brand, bro.
Nah,
so
appreciate it, man.
Salute
Thank you,
to
man.
Man.
You heard it. Make sure you fucking subscribe, yeah?
Hit the button, bro.
But yeah, we're out of here, man. Large up JSD. But all his socials, I'm going to put the studio details below as well. Seriously, if you're a music artist, consider it, man. Consider it. But yeah, we're out, man. Love. Bow.
Big up.